United isolated at the foot and needing Falkirk to do them a favour by beating Aberdeen at Brockville today. Hearts needed to avoid defeat by Motherwell to steer clear of the dreaded playoff. So United staring relegation in the face and missing several important players too, as Jock Brown describes.
Dundee United manager Billy Kirkwood faces the same suspension problems as last week. Out are Dave Bowman, Billy McKinlay, Brian Welsh and Gordon Petrich. Key men all. Last week's substitutes Andy McLaren and goalscorer Robbie Winters are on from the start, with Scott Crabb and Sergio on the bench. And there's a huge responsibility on the skipper Maurice Malpas. He played a major role in the club's success of the 80s, including that championship win in 1983, producing form which earned him 55 caps. Now approaching his 33rd birthday, this is a crunch match of a totally different kind. Celtic have lost midweek goalscorer Willie Faulkner through suspension. Andy Walker, Brian O'Neill and Simon Donnelly are unfit, but John Collins returns to midfield after his chest infection, with Phil O'Donnell remaining in the starting lineup. And making his top team debut is centre-half Malky Mackay, signed 2 years ago from Queen's Park. Now 23, his progress at Celtic has been hampered by injury, but he is highly rated and this is his big opportunity. And for a crunch match, a very experienced referee, Mr. Andrew Waddle from Edinburgh. From a Dundee United point of view, it's a terrible way to have a near-capacity crowd for the last match of the season. But nothing less than victory will do. There's the anxiety showing there as Johnson and Malpas go for the same ball. So the start for United, absolutely crucial. And they can expect no favours at all from Celtic. Still trying to retain form for the cup final in a fortnight's time. Good challenge made by Boyd on Winters, a very important one. Still United keep up the pressure. This is McLaren. The first time effort attempted by Johnson. Well, the midfield players getting forward very quickly there. Grant Johnson supporting the attack to get into the box for the shot at goal. The ball hooked across there, Johnson arriving at pace. McKinlay to O'Donnell. McLaughlin. Tackled strongly there by McInally. Celtic's throw again. And Jim McInally did just enough there to help that on to O'Hanlon. That's Collins. Big stay. Collins again. McInally eased out of that by Van Hooijdonk. He's away from Daly. That's for McLaughlin. And still no conviction at all about the finishing. Very well worked move that by Pierre Van Hooijdonk to give McLaughlin the shooting chance. Well, it's on his weaker side, the right, but there's just no authority shown there at all. Christian Daly at full stretch there. This is Malpas. Now McLaren. Good defending by McKinlay. Get very close to his man there to make life very difficult for him. McLaren battling back well. Time here for Malpas. Stay very determined indeed. And was he fouled? Well, David Hanna seemed to catch him in the act of shooting right at the edge of the penalty area. The Celtic supporters certainly thought that should have been a penalty kick. Referee Waddle appeared to be somewhat unsighted there. A lot of players between him and the incident. We'll see it here. Won well by Paul McStay. He goes charging forward here now, setting himself for a shot at goal. It certainly appeared to be caught right on the line by Hanna. Here's Peter Grant striding out of midfield. He has McLaughlin to his left. And brought down there by Jim McInally. A rueful smile. and an apology offered to McLaughlin in the passing. So the free kick to Celtic. Tosh McKinley over the ball. Mackay is joined by Hoydonk again, and O'Donnell in the box. They all carry a threat here. Daly did well defensively. McLaughlin to Van Hooijdonk, back to McLaughlin. Now smiling there towards the Dundee United supporters behind the goal. A lovely move that. Van Hooijdonk's touch was delightful into the path of McLaughlin. Good strong header away by Christian Daly. It was returned by McLaughlin. Look at this layoff. Delightful. And then Ryan McLaughlin again struggling with the final shot. That's big stay. Good dummy. Now Bata. Peter Grant available again in the centre of midfield. Taken late by McInally. Jim McInally living dangerously here. He's been involved in a number of fouls. And the referee Waddle has told him, I think, that's the last. An awkward one that for Grant. He may be in some distress here. Seemed to buckle badly going down. Well, a moment of real anxiety this for Peter Grant with the cup final 2 weeks away. Stuart Gray is coming on. Celtic supporters not happy with Dundee United, but giving Peter Grant a terrific ovation as he is carried off. Remains one of the saddest sights in the game. Tommy Burns goes across to investigate. So the difference being made by Celtic is to put John Collins into the central role, vacated by Grant in midfield. Here's Brewster. That was close. First real chance at goal for Brewster in the match. Well, they're still tinkering there as Brewster sends that over the top corner. Celtic tinkering with the team. McLaughlin to Van Hooijdonk. This is Gray. Collins. Foul from the rear by Perry. Well, the game being punctuated by a series of fouls. Mostly, it has to be said, committed by Dundee United players. I suppose that reflects their desperate position in the league. Van Hooijdonk from a long way out. It's fully 30 yards. A great effort. Relief for O'Hanlon as that goes whistling wide. What a good free kick it is. Over the wall, swerving and dipping. A great effort by Van Hooijdonk. Brewster helps it on. Here's Winters, is very quick. Still in possession. He had support inside from Brewster, didn't see him. Has to settle there for a corner. Well, Craig Brewster in the middle, holding his head in his hands, because had he been spotted by Robbie Winters early in the move, he was all on his own. We'll see this here. There's Winters now holding off two defenders, Mackay and Bata. We'll see Brewster appearing in the middle there. Barely enough time, I suspect, for another attack to be built up. The referee looks at the linesman and I think is satisfied that the first half could come to an end after 4 minutes of stoppage time. So an undistinguished first half. The tension has guaranteed that, and some very heavy tackling by Dundee United. Very few goal-scoring opportunities, and Dundee United still with a match to try to win. At half-time, Dundee United 0, Celtic 0. So a vital 45-minute period coming up for Dundee United, and they made a change for the second half. They've got on Scott Crabb wearing number 12, and he replaces Andy McLaren, who had a thin time of things in the first half against Tosh McKinley. So Crabb for McLaren for the second half. And the news from the dressing room about Peter Grant is that he had a damaged knee, which does not require hospital treatment right now, although that may happen in Glasgow when he goes back home with the team after the match. So still some concern about him. Here's Winters. That's a great effort, brilliantly saved by Bonner. Great reflexes by Pat Bonner. Well, the work done there by Brewster with head flick on. There was Winters making space for himself for the volley. A great save from Bonner. A Crab with a corner. Bonner again, fisting the ball to safety. That's Johnson to McInally. Looking for Crab again. Attempting to keep the ball in play, couldn't quite make that. Former Hearts player. Well, anxious moments there on the United bench. Billy Kirkwood on the left of the picture, Gordon Wallace on the right. Well, the Celtic supporters clearly in good hearts, despite not being able to get into a lead here. And looking forward, of course, to the cup final in a fortnight. McInally helping it on. Boyd is first to the ball. Boyd again. Daly under pressure from Van Hooijdonk. Here's McLaughlin once more. Can he make it this time? No, it won't run for McLaughlin. Well, he gets a hug from one of the supporters behind the goal. An error by Christian Daly. McLaughlin driving in the post. He kept his head well. Look as though he may have the composure. It's a good save by O'Hanlon. That's great. Possession play by Celtic. Quite happy to keep the ball here. But it does spell complete disaster for United. There's McKinley again. Now McLaughlin. McKinley supporting. Collins always available on the touchline. A chance for Van Hooijdonk. Well, a chance of the match without question. Delightful build-up play from Celtic. And Pierre Van Hooijdonk really had the chance to bury this. John Collins doing some marvellous work coming into the left. And that delightful chip beat David Craig. There was Van Hooijdonk steadied for the shot, which skimmed the bar. That could have been the end for Dundee United. Handball there by Mackay. And here's Scott Crabbe. Sergio reacting. It's off the crossbar. Well, hands to go to heads among the United players. They can't believe that. Sergio can't believe it. He was sure he'd scored. Return by Scott Crabbe. Reaction there from Sergio was swift to lift the ball over Bonner and off the bar. Quarter of an hour of the match remaining. And perhaps quarter of an hour of Dundee United's Premier Division life. Here's Van Hooijdonk. Oh, now a chance for O'Donnell. This could finish it. Magnificent finishing by O'Donnell. And surely now it's all over for Dundee United. Well, terrible error in the end here as Van Hooijdonk had possession. David Craig intercepted, then going to do a terrible Fankel, robbed by Phil O'Donnell, and that was top-class finishing. Well, for Phil O'Donnell, it's goal number 7 of the season since he signed for Celtic. Well, fine play by O'Donnell. Billy Kirkwood now, I think, realises relegation is inevitable. David Craig's header. That was Bata. Daly to Hanna. Lever Winters needing support in the middle. It gets it from Sergio. What a chance that was for Sergio. Well, that just about sums up Dundee United season. Great play again from Robbie Winters here as Hannah played the ball across. Robbie Winters played into that very dangerous area. Sergio reacted quickest of all. What a finish it was. Stuart Gray into the gap. Van Hooijdonk is there. This is Bata. Wanted to stop his time here in Dundee United's last match in the Premier Division, at least for a year. So a free kick this time to United. Van Hooijdonk goes down, getting some abuse from the United supporters in the far stand. Compton again. Here's Mark Perry. Can he keep it in play? He's managed that. That's a good ball in. Well, Bonner's certainly in trouble with that one. Well, the referee Andrew Waddle checking with his linesman. Back to McAnally. Touched on by Mackay, who can be very pleased with his debut. Now McKinley. The referee checking his watch again. But fully a minute of stoppage time. There can't be much more to go as Malpass comes forward. Bonner under pressure. And it's deflected over the bar by Craig from Hannah's shot. That was truly incredible. Well, that tells you everything about Dundee United's season. Quite amazing this. Bonner drops the ball. A tap in it is for Hannah. It hits David Craig and goes wide. Well, that really is just incredible. Billy Kirkwood, I'm sure, watching there would just have to shake his head in disbelief. The manager cannot legislate for things like that, that's for sure. Some defiant chanting from the Dundee United fans. Another late tackle there. Pierre Van Hooijdonk goes down, and Christian Daly's in trouble this time. Jim McAnally is there to that, and Daly is ordered off. Wow, what a tragic end to the match and to the season for Dundee United. And the card coming out also. Jim McAnally in trouble. That's what that's about. He lifted his hand, Daly. He had no argument there about the decision. And Jim McAnally, I suspect, is going to follow him, is he? No. The referee checking with his notes and trying to calm things down, perhaps. But Christian Daly ordered off. What an end to the match. Well, there certainly had been a bit of niggling going on with Van Hooijdonk. Bata plays it in. It's away from Scott Crabb. McKinley returns it. There are some weary players out there now wearing a tangerine of Dundee United. They certainly have been full of commitment and effort this afternoon, but they've had no luck at all, and they've not been able to get any passing going of note. And it's all over now. Dundee United are relegated. Celtic end their league season with a victory. The victory provided by Phil O'Donnell 15 minutes from the end after a bad error from David Craig. David Hannah there in tears as he was off. It's been a tragedy for Dundee United. Celtic playing with composure, well within themselves, and certainly good value for the win. But for Dundee United, it's the end of a miserable season. Players staying on the field, I think, and prepared to go to the supporters for the backing they've had this afternoon. Maurice Malpass is going to take the United players to the supporters to show their appreciation for the backing especially this afternoon, but it wasn't enough. Dundee United could make nothing of this match, and when they had scoring opportunities, they were denied by bad finishing, bad luck, and for Maurice Malpass, food for thought as the skipper leaves the field with thoughts for the supporters. But for Dundee United, the inevitable tragedy has happened. The final score at Tannadice, Dundee United 0, Celtic 1.
Really a major disappointment, obviously, but now you've had time to let the dust settle a bit. What are your feelings at this stage?
Well, it was a realisation for myself 4 or 5 weeks ago that it was going to be a major task to keep the club up. I started formulating plans then, whether we stayed up or whether we went down, that we needed some major surgery about the place to get the freshness back.